These are the reasons as to why sex feels difficult in marriage. Couples feel like sex has become more of obligation without connection. And couples feels like it's a duty. It's no longer something they enjoy doing together. In this video, we are going to figure out how the reasons as to why it feels difficult and how can we fix it. My name is Coach Sami. I'm a relationship and a parent coach, and by the grace of God, I am the founder and the lead coach, Grace and Create Coaching Hub. By the grace of God, we have clients locally and internationally. We do one-on-one coaching, group coaching, workshop coaching. So please, you can visit our website, get to interact with our services, and also you can also book a session through our website. You can also join our group, our WhatsApp communities. You can also get to our space, interact with our blogs. Our intentions, our goal at the end of the day is to fix a marriage at a time, a heart at a time, helping people to be able to heal from their childhood trauma so that they can authentically show up in their marriage, in their parenting, name it, even for themselves. And so today I want us to uncover why is it that sex is difficult in marriage, because it wasn't supposed to be like that, and you and I can bear me witness that that is not even how it was. So what are some of the reasons uh, that make sex feels difficult in marriage? The truth of the matter is, a lot of couple feels when sex feels difficult, they feel as if they no longer, they keep on asking what is wrong with me. They feel like the vibe is gone. They feel like they are no longer compatible. They feel like the love could be going. And the absence of sex does not mean that the love is dead. It just means that you need to take a step back and ask yourself, what is it that used to connect us together? What did we stop doing that we used to do when we started or when we got married? So one of the reasons is that we need to understand that couples need to understand that sex is emotional before it is physical. You cannot have an emotionless day, emotionless communication, and have a connection during the night. What do I mean by that? When emotions connect, when there is emotional connection, the desires increase, the touch feels closer, the intimacy is welcomed. But when there is emotional distance, the truth of the matter is all these are missing. If emotional safety is missing, the body resists intimacy. So that means for a good night sex, you have to connect with your partner the whole day. This involves how you left the house, how has your day been. That daily emotional connection is one of the key things that people need to understand. It leads to having a beautiful connection during the night. Sex struggles, they often begin outside the bedroom. It is not in the bedroom. So working on whatever happens outside the bedroom is the key to having an amazing moment in the bedroom. Number two, unresolved conflict kills desire. A lot of couples have not been able to repair after conflict because we have seen there is no way we can roll out conflict in marriages. The truth of the matter is we need to get to a space whereby we can have conflict, but we need to repair. As long as there is resentment and disappointment and one party feels unheard, unappreciated, closeness feels unsafe. Actually, there is no closeness. So the truth of the matter is you can forgive logically, but if you are not connected emotionally, at the end of the matter, the truth is the wound will still remain open. So whenever there is conflict, learn to repair. Desire struggles when the heart feels, the desires flow when the heart feels safe and guarded. So conflicts will come, but do not allow them to be the reason as to why you are going to lose the connection that you have in your marriage. Intimacy is no way going to thrive where there is resentment. So learn to have disagreement, learn to have conflict, but resolve them. Resolve them for the sake of a good night of connection and intimacy. Number three, exhaustion and life pressures. Marriage exists inside real life. By real life, we mean there is parenting, there is financial struggle, there is work pressure, there is mental load, there is sometimes the many things that happen in life. Marriage has to exist in the midst of all of them. So when exhaustion becomes chronic, the body goes to a kind of a survival mode. The desire becomes the second thing that someone is going to feel about. Rest feels more urgent than even that closeness. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that as much as all these things are happening, those are biological and they do not do away with intimacy. Intimacy struggles does not mean attraction is gone. Attraction can be there, but most of the time it is for you to go back and rebuild it. One thing is to be attracted, another thing is to choose to build that intimacy. And we have spoken about how and the steps in which we can rebuild intimacy in our marriage. Number 4, performance, pressure, and silence. Most of the couples stop talking about sex. It becomes non-topic, and silence captures pressure. So the moment we don't speak about the unspoken expectation in bed, the moment we fear rejection, the moment we fear disappointing your partner, then sex to us becomes more of an obligation. Sex was designed to be something that is coming from a place of emotional safety. But unfortunately for us, people are not even safe emotionally with themselves. So if I'm not emotionally safe with myself, there is no way I can cultivate emotional safety with my partner. So it goes back to you as a person. How well have you communicated your expectation to your partner? Again, it takes us to communication, the clarity that you have. When you have fear of rejection, what are these things in sex that you think you fear being rejected on? What are these unexpected unspoken expectation that you haven't communicated, and why? Number 3, when you fear disappointing your partner, do they understand what you're going through? Have you communicated what you're feeling? Because these disappointments sometimes they come out as things that you have not even spoken about, so your partner doesn't really understand you. So for them, they are okay, they think you guys are okay because you have not communicated, and they are here demanding for sex and all that, but you are there. A lot of time partners would feel as if they are not seen, taken care of, not heard. It's because they are somehow attached to their childhood wounds and traumas. They have nothing to do with you, the partner. They have everything to do with them. And that's why I'll keep on saying as a coach, the moment you address your childhood wounds and traumas, then it becomes way easier even for your partner to love you the way you want. And it becomes even easier for you to connect with them. Remember, sex and intimacy, they are things that you have to teach people when it comes to your expectations. If you don't create a room, an environment where a person can have a communication, can have a direct conversation with you openly about these things, then you're losing it and you're losing something very important. Number 5. So what are some of the ways in which we can be able to repair sex in our marriage for it not to feel as if it's just obligation or a duty? Number 1, it's rebuilding emotional connection first. How do we do that? It's by talking, connecting, and repairing the unresolved issues. Kindly allow yourself to be sitting through difficult conversation. Solve things. Don't allow things to pile up in your marriage. They are going to affect not only sex, but every other thing in your marriage. Number 2, restore non-sexual affection. The moment you give someone a kiss in the morning when you're leaving the house, the moment you hug them, there are those intentional actions. We have spoken about them. There's the hug, there is, as in those things, you need to build them up, because we have said you might think it's about the bed, the sex, but it's about everything. It's about the non-sexual affection. So learn your partner. What are non-sexual affection that they want? Is it the holding hand? Is it the closeness? Learn them and major on them. Number 3, talk about intimacy without blame. Come on, guys. I know some people are shy, or maybe you fear to be judged, but sex is something you need to discuss as a couple. Be wild, go about it, go out of your way. You need to bring this spark back. Otherwise, your marriage is as good as done, because you're not brothers and sisters. And I'm sorry to say this, lack of these discussions and lack of admitting that something is wrong with our sex life is what is making people cheat here, right, left, center, because you don't want to talk about it. You have a problem, you have an expected, unmet expectation, you don't communicate clearly about them, and your partner feels locked out. What do? They go seeking for sex out there. Number 4, reduce pressure. And maybe number 5, address the exhaustion and intentionality. Be intentional. Be available, be present, be willing to ask your partner, even when it comes to sex. I know we'll be having these discussions, but be willing to ask, what can I do to make you feel good? Go out of your way so that your partner can feel appreciated, satisfied, because sex is supposed to be enjoyed in marriage.